Like, there's no podcast and someone's like roommate walks in and it's like, oh, sorry.
We're doing a podcast.
I'm doing a podcast.
Mom, get out.
Mom.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, welcome back to Peak Speaks. Today, I'm just going to introduce myself first. I'm the multimedia editor, Marcus, and I have two editors with me today.
I'm Justin. I'm the copy editor, back for round 2 of the Peak Speaks.
I'm Kelly. I'm the features editor. It's my first time.
Congrats.
Yay!
Yeah, look at that. You did it.
I did it.
Yeah, so Justin brought us a topic today.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to bring it up because I brought it up because I said I'd never seen an episode of Game of Thrones, and like I have my opinions about them, and I thought it'd be like fun to talk about like hot takes on things or like unpopular opinions.
Yeah.
So like I guess going off of like the fact I've never seen Game of Thrones, do you guys have any like movies that you've never or TV shows you've never seen that like you just don't really care for?
I think a lot of like 90s shows, like 90s movies, like Back to the Future,
Yeah.
I haven't seen, but like most of the Star Wars franchise too. I think I've seen the original trilogy, but like not.
Wait, you've seen the original trilogy, like the first 3?
I think so, but they released in a weird order, so I don't know. Like,
You really chose to watch those 3 and not the ones after. The first 3 are like so bad.
yeah, it's like I just kind of if I had any memory of watching them, it's just gone. Like,
Right.
It's what is it? Like I remember watching Ghostbusters, but I cannot tell you anything that happened in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I also haven't really watched Game of Thrones, but for some reason I have opinions about characters. So
Like
it's just-
who?
Like Daenerys. Like I remember. like,
Wait, sorry, real quick. That's the dragon lady, right?
That's a dragon
Yeah.
lady.
Cool.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, she looks cool in some scenes. I'll get some YouTube recommendations.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, she's neat. And then like, when it's the last season, I find out people really don't like her, and I'm like, oh no, I guess she is not neat. I guess that's kind of this show though. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I mean, kind of similar. I don't know if it's similar to Game of Thrones, but up until recently, I'd finally seen all of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh.
That's pretty hard for some people.
Yeah, like maybe it was literally like I think it was like 3 months ago. Like my friends and I marathoned it, and like for your first time watching it be a marathon where you're also drinking, that was like it was a lot to take in.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on in those movies, right?
I've tried to marathon them a couple times, just like
By yourself or with
with my
people?
friend.
Oh yeah,
We're
yeah.
both like big fans, and it's just like
It's tough.
we decided to do the first one normal edition, second one extended edition, and then we just sort of died after the second one.
geez.
It was like,
Understandable.
let's just watch Transformers.
Because like how many hours is that? That's like
9.
was, like,
10 hours total to watch all 3.
Yeah, extended
Probably.
editions are like 4 hours each.
Oh
God.
shit. Okay, well.
I can't. I guess.
And then there's The Hobbit as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen The Hobbit.
And that hurts.
I think The Hobbit is the only one I remember because I just vividly remember Elijah Wood and then nothing else. I remember Smeagol.
Isn't Elijah Wood in all of them?
Yeah, but like.
Oh, but he like made an appearance in The Hobbit.
yeah,
the
I
first
guess
10
so.
minutes.
Yeah,
And then
I
you're
was
just blanked
like, kind of go back to 90s though.
Yeah.
I don't like, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but like, I was a fan, but now I think like the franchise of Friends is really stupid.
I think that's like, yeah, I've heard a lot of that. Like, I haven't actually seen the show, but I'm not really, like inclined to.
Yeah.
Just because I hear Ross is kind of a ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. he's just a bad character.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, what did you enjoy about it when you were younger, I guess?
I think when I was younger, I enjoyed the fact that everyone else enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like when I had like less of an inclination of like what a personality was and like my own, I was like, oh, everyone likes Friends. Oh, I like Friends. Like, let's watch it. But then like now that I'm older and like people like lose their minds if like 2 of them are in the same room together, I'm like, what's the big deal?
All right.
Like
Yeah,
it was like it's a because like I think Friends is really good for depicting someone's sense of humor because like it's a base level funny show, so anyone who like doesn't find Friends funny, they kind of don't have a sense of humor. But like I think that like
It's the only show you find funny though. It's like,
well, yeah, it's the only show you find funny. Well, it's also kind of like The Office. Like I don't really like The Office.
yeah. I watched 2 seasons of that and I was like,
I don't know.
this is.
It just stresses me out.
Yeah, I think like
Every character stresses me out in The
Yes.
Office that I can't watch it.
another show that I kind of feel similarly about like is Glee. Like when I was watching it as a teenager, I was like, this is so cool. But as an adult, I'm like, what are these plot lines?
Yeah.
What is going on with Mr. Shu?
Yeah.
That's basically the summary of that show.
What's going on with Mr. Shu? That's good.
So that's a spin-off show.
I think they were talking about doing a spin-off, actually.
No way. Oh my god.
Like, oh my god. Please don't.
Going back to the Game of Thrones thing, it's like I never really watched it. I was like, I didn't avoid spoilers either.
Yeah,
And
me
my
too.
brother and my dad are like big fans like of the books and all that stuff, so I kind of just know what's happening. And then I watched the first 2.5 seasons like all the way through, and then I was like, I just realized that I was just skipping to the next part with Jon Snow because I didn't care about anyone else.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped watching, and then I watched the last season.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was a bad season.
I actually watched a few episodes, but now that you mentioned it, I think I just repressed that memory.
Yeah.
Because, what is it, there are like 3-4 episodes that season.
Yeah.
I remember watching like the big one where, she burns down a city, and I'm like, that seems out of character.
Yeah.
But everyone agrees, right? But it's not like I have the context of the last 8 seasons to digest that.
Don't think that was out of nowhere, I think.
Yeah.
I do also do the same thing though, where it's like if I don't watch something, but like the last season is there, I'll watch the last season and be like, okay, cool, yeah, I watched the entire thing basically.
I'm like,
yeah,
alright,
I know what's
it's fine.
happening.
Yeah, I think that's what I used to do when I was younger with reading books. Like, I'd sometimes do this thing where I just flip to the last page and I'm like...
I have friends like that, where it's like, they'll be like midway through a book and then they'll just be like, oh, I wonder what happens. Go to the end, read that, and then continue reading. I'm like, how?
I don't
How do you just
know.
do that?
I think, like, for some books, the endings are really, like, vague, so it doesn't really matter. But then other books, they're just like, oh, we're going to throw in this plot twist so you'll buy the sequel, right? And I'm like, what? And I think that's how I read Mockingjay. Because Mockingjay was, like, my least favorite of the Hunger Games trilogy.
Yeah.
That's the last one, right?
Yeah, it's the last one, and
Yeah,
I was
didn't
like...
finish it.
No, I watched the movies. I think like my class in grade 8, we read the first book, and then everyone was like such a big fan, and then the other two came out, and I just like stopped caring. I was like, whatever.
I was on the book. That was really, I don't know why I did this, but that was really my, oh my god, the book is so much better than the movie moment, because obviously the book is from Candace's perspective, and the movie's more like a documentary. So I was really not a fan. And then, like, years later, I realized why they did the love triangle thing. I was like, it's some irony, right? But,
It didn't land in the movies at all.
it didn't land in the movies. I was like, why is this here?
Wasn't like Gail like barely in it in the movies?
Liam Hemsworth was like not in those movies, so it was like not even a triangle.
Yeah. It was literally like a line.
Yeah, it was just, he's just there. I always was like, oh, well, Gail is prettier looking, I guess, than,
Hot take.
what is it? Josh
Hot take.
Sorry, Josh.
He's an avid listener of this podcast. Sorry if you're out there, Josh
Sorry,
Hutchinson.
Josh.
We
Please
loved you
don't
in
hurt
Bridge
us.
Terabithia.
Josh, you were good in other things.
Going off of like the whole concept of like books.
Yeah.
This is like a really controversial opinion.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm so tired of the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so sick of it. Like, I get that it was impactful at the time when we were growing up, and like people really responded to it. Like
J.K. Rowling.
But like, yeah, but in light of like J.K. Rowling and like
wilding, yeah.
This is my biggest thing, and it's such a, not to like pull a Dylan Webb here, our sports editor, but like do we really need like a Monopoly Harry Potter? Do we really need like Trivial Pursuit Harry Potter? It's like, I feel like J.K. Rowling and like all the people behind Harry Potter are just like grabbing for ways to like take money.
Make all this money?
Yeah, dude, that's what I know. Like, it comes down to capitalism. Shout out to Dylan. But like, it just like annoys me so much, and like I just can't get behind the series anymore, because I'll keep seeing people being like on Facebook, it'll be like, oh, like coming next month, like a new like Harry Potter bar, and everyone's like, oh my god, like tagging each other, like, we have to go, and I'm like, it's just a regular bar. Like,
And
just go to another bar.
Fantastic Beasts movies.
And it's like, I don't get it.
I think like with Harry Potter, that was also one of the series that I didn't read when I was a kid. I just I read all of it in one summer because I decided that in my like second year of university that I wanted to see what the hype was about.
Right.
And there were some moments where I'm like, why do you use that verb? Okay, so like some authors will do this thing where they use ejaculated like in place of like said.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, blah blah blah. Harry ejaculated. I'm like, why?
Yeah, he did.
These are not kids'
Thanks.
books.
Yeah, these are not kids' books.
Thank God. I never read Fantastic Beasts because,
Me either.
like you said, it's just kind of too much for
Well,
me.
wasn't the book of Fantastic Beasts just a script of the movie?
Oh, I think
Wait,
so. You're
no,
right.
yeah, Fantastic Beasts was actually I lied. I did read it
Oh.
because
You read the script?
yeah, because I read the script and I was like, yeah, it's literally just like a screenplay
Yeah.
or stage play or whatever.
Did you like those movies though?
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
I didn't even see them.
You didn't even see
Yeah,
them?
No.
never.
No.
I don't
I
think
saw
I
them and
ever
I
really
liked
saw.
But like I could have. It's like if they didn't happen, then
Yeah,
it would, I
like
think,
you could have lived without them.
Yeah, I could have
It's like
survived.
yeah, definitely. I think it's tarnishing the legacy of Harry Potter.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I still like those movies.
Yeah.
Another hot take on CW shows. I think
for
just
it.
in general they bring out the angst in every teenager. Because what was it? CW produced Supernatural too, right?
Yeah.
And
Never saw that.
It's just the whole. Okay, we have the queer baiting, and then we have solving mysteries and ghosts. Like, what can go wrong here?
There's queer being on that show. Aren't they brothers?
No, not those two characters, but like there's a character
I don't
named
know.
what is it, Dean and Castiel.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was growing up, it was always like, oh, Dean and Castiel, they're in love with each other, and then I'd see videos everywhere of like the actors talking about their characters' chemistry,
Yeah.
and it never went anywhere. But what do you expect?
Right. So queer baiting.
Yeah, so queer baiting.
Gotcha.
I think. And also, like, Kill the Gays, with the 100, which I think is a CW show, but I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Yeah, but anyway, all I wanted
Wait, they
to say-
kill the gays on the 100?
Well, they killed, they
on.
married, I think, right? And then they killed the wife, like, from a gunshot or something when she's, like, a warrior.
Right.
Yeah. So it was kind of like, oh, okay, that's kind of bullshit. But,
Yeah. Yeah.
what is it? I came here to rant about Riverdale also because...
Oh, yeah, go on.
I remember this one episode at the end of season 1 of Riverdale, right? And it was, the character.
I'm like, it's happening.
You know, like when you're waiting for the guy to poke the log, like on that, like,
yeah.
like when the fireplace videos, like
yeah.
Christmas. That's like
Yay!
Calvin walking through, and you just wait for it.
Entertainment. What was I saying?
Riverdale.
Right, the character, his name is Cliff, right? And on the show,
Okay.
he had killed himself, which very dark, but like the start of the episode, they said in their monologue, it was the worst cliffhanger, and I was like, who wrote this? Are you serious? Oh my god. That's one of the weird. That's when I stopped watching Riverdale.
I really am really picturing you, just like you hear them say that line, and you like pause your TV, and then you just like stand up, and you just like
leave.
run,
throw the TV out the window.
run to the writer of Riverdale's house. You knock on his door, and you just like, what was that?
Have you like?
What was that?
What's going on? I hear they did like 2 musical episodes. Of
course they did.
Yeah.
I want to watch those ones. Yeah.
Just the musical ones?
Yeah.
I would watch the musical ones.
I
What
love
musicals did they
them.
do?
They did Carrie.
Gotcha.
And also Heathers, which I really like Heathers. So I watched part of what they did with the Heathers adaptation. And there's a scene where it's like the song is Candy Store. It's a very like powerful ballad kind, not ballad. It's like a very powerful kind of song. It's like
By
they're
50
that
Cent.
bitch, right?
Candy Store.
And the person performing it, I don't remember the character's name because again I didn't watch that point, but the person performing it, they did hair flips, and you could hear the hair whipping sound effect like every time they did a hair flip. So it was like, and
Ew.
you're like, okay.
Like, that's a bit much.
Yeah, it's
We
a
need
little,
that sound effect on this.
For
Their
us, yeah, I
choreography
know.
is just like walking.
Well, were you ever in musical theater?
I was, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was in musical theater for like a year, and then I did an alumni show. But like
Oh,
choreography, sometimes would literally be walking, and some people just couldn't even do that.
Right, you're like,
And it's like,
Is there in a wheelchair?
oh no, oh no.
Surprise.
One time actually, it was like a week before shows started, and my friend, she had like screwed up her foot, and she was on like
Oh, no.
she wasn't in music theater. She was on like she had what do you call those things?
like the crutches?
Crutches.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go. God. And as a joke, I came into like the theater like before rehearsals on her crutches because she was just sitting in like the area where all the grade 12 sat.
Oh, yeah,
and my director literally like had a heart attack because we had shows in like a week, and I was in like almost every single number. And I was like, hey, like, you know, I screwed up this weekend. Like, I got too messed up. And then she was, like, freaking out. And then, like, I was like, oh, just kidding. And I walked off with the crutches. And when I came back in the room, I got it. Like, she was so not happy. And I was like, that was so funny. Like, what do you mean? Like, that was gold.
I remember my musical theater teacher was like, She performs in a like rock band too, like which is really cool. But like
right.
I remember she said at the beginning of the production, the only reason you can't show up is if you die. And I'm like, okay.
Guess what I'm doing?
Yeah, guess what I did last weekend. I died.
I'm back.
Yeah.
We did High School Musical as our senior production.
Wait, what?
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah, that is.
That was about the time, because I graduated in 2016. That was like almost a 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
So I think that's why she did it. But I got the part of Martha Cox, and I think that's because I was the senior, and Martha Cox has a few solos.
Damn.
So it's nice to have a solo, but there were kids in my class that were, you know, in nationals for dance competition, so I felt really bad because I cannot dance.
Yeah.
That character she's all like,
she's a hip-hop one,
yeah,
right?
she does like a pop and lock, and then the characters beside her are like, is that even legal? And High School Musical is really wild.
That's another hot take.
Yeah.
I feel like I enjoyed High School Musical growing up.
Yeah.
And now it's like back because it's like they have that show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Have you
yeah.
watched the original? It's pretty rough.
I haven't seen the
It
original in a
is.
long
It's
time.
Honestly,
Guess I gotta do that.
looking back at it, I can like sympathize with Sharpay. Like,
She's not the villain.
yeah, she really isn't. If these
Hot take.
two like amateurs come into my show when I've been training for musical theater my whole life and they get the main character roles, I'd be pretty pissed too. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm. That's also like at the end of the day, like it's a high school theater. Like who cares?
Right?
Hot take.
Why?
Like no, because like I remember one time. This is back when I wanted to be a teacher, which that dream like died because I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I went back to my high school and like assisted like my old musical theater teacher with her stuff. And I remember there was like the kids callbacks. There was one girl, she was literally like crying because she like was so nervous. And then my teacher was like, can you go talk to her? I was like, yeah. And this girl was like, oh, I just don't want to let anyone down. Like I'm so nervous. And I straight up looked at her. I was like, trust me, like, dude, like you're gonna get out of high school and none of this is gonna matter. Like, she literally just stared at me and she's like, what? I was like, I don't mean to like diminish you because this is important to you now, but like, High School Musical Theater is High School Musical Theater. Like, unless you're going into like a theater background, like this stuff won't affect your life whatsoever. Like, no one's gonna care. If you don't want to do it, don't do the part. Just like do what you can.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, did I just like ruin her dreams?
Just ruined her high school.
Yeah, because like it's true. Like most of the people I'm friends with now, I met through theater. And like a lot of them are like, yeah, all that like drama back then was like so pointless. And I'm like, yeah, exactly.
It's
like it
really,
didn't matter.
yeah, it's really funny how the cast in musical theater will, because like I think they get really close knit, right? Because they're spending nights together.
Totally.
That's just what happens. But like, I remember the drama back in my high school theater classes, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What were we doing?
I have a question. This might be an unpopular opinion. Did you guys enjoy high school? Because unpopular opinion, I loved high school. High school's great.
Doing a big thing.
I just floated through it. I knew it was like not the be all end all.
Yeah, it's not the end all be all kind
like
of thing.
I didn't need that talk.
Yeah.
that girl. So I was just like,
You
I was
need a
like,
me
it's
to
gonna be
come.
better after. So I just kind of chilled through it, and I was like, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I really ended up liking some of my teachers. Like, I think about them a lot. I talk to them sometimes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think, like, anything of what I went through was awful at any point. So it was a nice high school experience for the most part, except for senior year. Like, I think I just blacked out that part of my life.
You think you just blacked out the entirety of senior year?
I mean, like, I tutor kids now, right? And I'm talking them through their university application. Some of these kids are applying to like 5 or 6 schools, and I'm like, oh.
Did you only apply to one?
Yeah, I only applied to like, I only applied to SFU, yeah.
Wow.
Because I was poor, and I was like thinking I ain't gonna get a scholarship. But Like, I remember how many tests we had to take because of the provincials that they don't really have anymore. But in that time, I think by the time we were seniors, we just got so tired, we just kind of zoned out. I was in an AP class with my English teacher, and we had been like kind of the same class since grade 11.
Yeah.
So he knew us. But in grade 12, I don't know what happened to us. We just all collectively became very tired. And
Right.
he's like, can you please do a thing? And we're like,
That's what happens when you age, I guess.
I feel so bad because there's this one, like, we were doing like a Spencerian poetry, and it was supposed to be like a group thing where we add a stanza each, and it never got finished. Like, like it was as an entire class. Like, so I think about that one a lot. I'm like, oh man.
That's definitely the best. The whole class is just like, we're not going to do this.
I love collectiveness like that. There was one time, I had this one teacher who, like, we, like, all, like, didn't particularly like. Like, he was the type of person who, like, got off track all the time. This was in Literature 12.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember one time we had a sub, and, like, we just, like, let loose our emotions about our teacher to the substitute. Like, we were like, oh, like, he does this, he does this. Yeah, we all went off. But then, the next day, this, like, goody two-shoes student in the class, we didn't, like, told him that we all said the stuff. Like, and we all got in so much trouble. And we were like, how dare you?
What the hell?
And I still resent that girl to this day.
Yeah, we were supposed to be in this together.
Yeah, right? Like, there was supposed to be this, like camaraderie of, like, we're all going through it. Like, he's not, like, on task. He's not focused. But nope.
Plus, what does it hurt him to know, like, not know that? Like,
if
you had kept that a secret, it's just...
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That substitute that you were complaining to, it's like, these kids are so traumatized.
Honestly, she was great. We had her for, like, 3 days. And those 3 days, I learned more than I ever did that entire semester.
Yeah, some substitutes are just, like, so chill.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Just, like,
I know.
I had the same teacher that taught my AB classes. He was really cool. Sometimes we do like pirate shanties, and you don't get a lot of like classes where your teacher just sings to you and plays a guitar in like an AP setting.
Right.
So,
the thing is, I know what you're talking about. Like, I'm not gonna say who, but I do know him. So he does do that.
He's such a cool guy.
He is. He's really cool.
Wow, we veered off of hot takes. I was just like, that's a nice memory. What's another hot memory? I had this science teacher.
Hot memory.
Yeah, hot memory.
Spicy.
Some spicy memories.
A fucking picante memory.
I had a science teacher. They were teaching Science Honors 10. And they were teaching us about, like, biology, right? And when we were talking about mutualism, like, that's when, two creatures benefit from each other, and, like, parasitism, where one character preys on another.
Yeah.
She was, like, comparing the relationship between a wasp and this, like, ant, like, the wasp controlling the ant, as a mutualistic relationship. And some kid in class goes, no, it's not. That's a parasitic relationship. The ant can't do anything. Yeah, they called out the teacher. It literally is in the name, though, because it's like a parasitic wasp hornet. So it was... She didn't like that at all. So she sent him out of the class, and we were like, huh. That's the first time you kind of question teacher authority.
Yeah. I mean, well, sometimes you do have to question authority.
Yeah,
that's okay.
exactly, right? But I think a lot of the time we're very used to just accepting authority because, it's kind of been schooled into us, right?
Yeah.
But that's a memory.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Speaking of accepting authority, the Peak's coming out with a piece next week about the new president. So be sure to pick up a copy of the Peak on stands next week, where it covers about the new president, Joy Johnson.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
Seamless plug.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, we are the Peak podcast, right?
We are the Peak Speaks.
Yeah.
Going off a tangent, though, because this is an unpopular opinion that I was just thinking about, but I, hate Taylor Swift. Is that unpopular?
No, I mean...
I can see that.
Thank you.
I think she has her fans.
God, I don't know. Something about her, man. Like, she just,
And her last, 2 albums are just so bad.
They're so bad.
Yeah. I kind of like some songs from...
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I listen to that one a lot, but, it's just because I have nothing else to put on.
Yeah.
She's one of those... You know when you're watching YouTube videos and then you don't really care about what you're watching?
It's just in the background.
But you want to
background
watch
noise.
it in the background, yeah.
It's like Family Guy for me.
Yeah. Oh,
I always put Family Guy on in the background.
Right, you don't care about it, but it's just kind of there.
Like I've seen all the episodes. Like who cares?
I literally can't play anything in the background.
Really?
I get distracted.
I feel like I need.
I can play music, but like, I can never put a video on in the background. I've tried many times.
There's one lyric in a Taylor Swift song I heard pretty recently where she uses the word chill. Like, I think it's like, is it chill if I something? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
In my
It's
30-year-old sauce? No.
I just like, I don't know. I feel like, I just don't like it when I feel like someone's trying too hard. And I feel like she kind of like embodies that as a whole.
Right, and her 2 singles that she came out with the most recent album was very much kind of that, like, You Need to Calm Down and, which is like, oh man, so much pandering.
No.
What was the other
That's also like, in that one, is it You Need to Calm Down, where she just had all those like drag queens and like queer icons in her music video,
and
it's like okay, like
thanks.
Yeah.
I guess.
Like representation is great to have them there, but it's like
it's like she just put them in there, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other like musicians or like songs or music that you know is popular that you're like, this is bad, or like I don't like this?
I was working with this guy. I work at a pizza place.
Yeah.
And he was just like playing Beyonce so much, and I was just like, I've never listened to Beyonce. I was like,
really?
Yeah. I watched. It's just kind of like interesting. It's like she's like super famous and everyone like loves her, and I'm just like, I have no idea what her songs are.
See, I'm a big fan of Beyonce. What I don't like is how she's like has this like goddess status.
Yeah, it's kind of
like
it's kind of
it's
weird.
kind of weird, yeah. And like she has this like air of mystery around her now because like no one sees her anywhere, and then it's like. Like, what's your deal? Like, what's your deal?
Yeah.
Like, chill out.
Yeah.
In the words of Taylor Swift, chill, you know?
The wise words of Taylor Swift.
The way celebrities are is just kind of,
Oh, this is a hot take, because my friends and I were talking about this recently. How quickly do you think fame would corrupt you?
I think, like...
Would you enjoy fame, I guess?
If we're measuring money, I think, like, the first $100,000 or so. Maybe I'd say like after 300, you're getting $300,000 in from your career. Like you kind of start feeling like pretty hot stuff. I think.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's just, especially if they're representing like, you know, what's supposed to be. How do I say it? Like an underrepresented cause. I think like $1 million in, they're out. Yeah.
See, because I'd love to be famous. Like, that'd be so... like, I'll say it. I'd love to be famous. Like, come on.
It's not bad.
I think I'd be really bad with money. Like, I would be like, oh, like, that just came out? Sure, why not? Let's buy it.
Right?
Like, I would be really irresponsible.
Be the poor famous person.
Yeah, I'd be the poor famous person. And I'd keep spending. Yeah. Would you want to be famous?
I think everyone Lowkey wants to be famous, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard to like say. It's
you
like,
know how
you either
like
are or you're not.
Yeah, you know how
so
people.
It's like,
you know how people are always like, you know, when famous people are like modest. They're like, oh, I'm just like a regular person. And it's like, no, you're really not. You're really not.
Live so far from
you have so much money.
Please stop.
You did it. You did it. Did it again. There he is. There he is. Comment. Did you see that guy walk through the screen at 15, whatever?
He's just there. It's okay. What is it? On the topic of like musicians that we, that we don't really know or like are really popular. I just listened to a Brockhampton song.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
No idea what this is.
If you had to guess what Brockhampton is, what kind of music they do?
Is it rap or hip hop?
Yeah, kind of rappy.
Kind of rappy.
Yeah.
I think I've heard the name, but
and it's like a group of guys. I had a friend who went to like their concert, and he said that there were just so many of them on stage. He didn't understand like who was supposed to do what, like because there's just so many of them.
Yeah, their harmonies are pretty neat, I guess. Yeah. I also started recently listening to Conan Gray, which I hear is also
Conan Gray. Yeah, I listen to him too.
His voice is very nice. I like
He's just like who?
Never heard that name.
Yeah, I have the same feeling. It just appeared in my Spotify recommendations, and I was like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, music is kind of crazy because it's so broad.
Yeah.
And you can like stay in your bubble and just ignore everything.
Do you like your Spotify recommendations? Do you use Spotify at all?
Yeah, I use Spotify.
Yeah. it's very accurate. I think.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
my
It's
stuff.
kind of like.
I'm the chump who, like, my friends and I, like 6 of us, we have like Spotify Family.
Same.
But I'm the one who pays for it every month. But
You
like,
track them down.
but everyone only has to pay me $3 a month. So I was like,
Yeah.
just pay me like at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
that's
but
fair.
yeah,
I just get, like, my friend.
I don't know why I volunteered to be the one to pay it, but it's like $15 a month. It's not too bad.
Right? Yeah,
But-
it's cheap, and it's like, okay, now I don't have to be worried about losing this when I graduate, which
Yeah,
I feel like kind of similarly about my Amazon Prime.
yeah, I have Prime too.
Yeah. I have a weird.
But I feel like I use Prime the least out of like all like the like subscription based things. I don't really use Prime.
Yeah, my dad uses it the most, I think. He just, when he found out I had the service, he was like,
Like ordering stuff or watching the videos or what?
Oh,
I
he
don't ever
use
watch
videos,
stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've tried to alternate between Netflix and Amazon Prime videos.
I don't even have Netflix anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you watch then?
Like nothing. Yeah, what do you do with your spare time?
You just
Stare at the wall or something?
I listen to podcasts. I watch YouTube videos a lot. I do have Disney Plus, but like I also
Oh, okay.
barely even use that too. I don't know. I just like here's my thing. Maybe this isn't a popular opinion. Maybe it's a hot take. I can never watch something that's longer than like half an hour unless I'm with other people. Because I just don't care. Like I never care enough. Like people were like, "Oh, did you watch like the new season of like?" I think someone's talking about like Sex Education came out or something.
yeah, I hear
And I was like, I haven't even seen the first one. Like,
I binged that in 2 days.
really? Like, I don't know. I'm really bad at staying focused and like watching a whole like series
I'm
or
the
even just like
same,
watching a
yeah.
TV show. Like, I can't just sit down and like I just want to be there to like bounce like conversation off of while I'm watching something else or like
Oh, yeah.
to like make fun of it with me. Like that's the way I watch things.
What is it? I'm really bad at watching horror movies because I hate the music soundtrack. Like,
Yeah.
it just.
Yeah.
But I really like watching it with other people, so we can just kind of poke fun at it. I'm also really bad at starting series.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm very bad.
So, because I'm like, oh, that sounds really nice. I guess I'll watch it for a bit, and then I'll like kind of drop it. Like I watched How to Get Away with Murder for a while.
Yeah. Never seen
up
that.
to like 5 seasons, which is pretty long. It's like 6 seasons, you know. And then at some point I was just like, bye. And you're like, but you've invested 5 seasons of
Yeah.
watching hours. You might as well carry it out, but I just don't care enough.
I sincerely think the last show that I ever binge watched was Arrested Development.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
But that was like season 3. Which is a long time
That's
ago.
a while. That's
Yeah.
a while. Yeah,
Season-
yeah.
So was that the Netflix
Yeah.
season?
That's the one where like because that was the one where like it was like each episode focused on just one of them, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't get the whole cast together in that season.
Yeah. That's the one I
That
watched.
was the worst season.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree.
But like if a show is like 20-minute episodes, it's like way easier to start it.
Yeah, totally.
And then you end up binging like way more because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so short. I have so much time.
Yeah. Well, that's like isn't like isn't that like huge right now?
Yeah, I binged that too.
Did you? Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
That's
another hot take about you. I read the
Go for
book
it.
because I didn't want to watch the show. And like I get how the character in the show is attractive because his actor is quite attractive.
Penn Badgley?
Yeah, Penn Badgley. He's an
What's up,
attractive
big
person.
listener of Peak Speaks? Penn Badgley, what's up?
it's a call out.
We have so many famous listeners.
I know, Josh
love this.
Hutchinson. I just can't
Damn.
believe they all listen. Damn.
So nice.
Taylor Swift just heard me talk about
It's
her.
just so good to be humble.
Sorry, Taylor.
Sorry,
you do great work, I think.
I think we are famous.
I think we.
Damn. I think Penn himself is just like, why are so many people obsessed with like Joe? Like, because he's obviously a stalker.
He can read, that's why.
He
Yeah,
can
true.
read. I guess like we're just kind of like, oh, he's literate, he's good looking. Let's just ignore the part where he stalks and kills people, because that doesn't
Kills
matter.
people?
Yeah.
Wow, spoiler.
Oops.
Guess I don't have to watch the show anymore.
I don't know what I hear this show like it's a little bit different than how the book plays out.
Right.
But yes, spoilers, but the book is basically just this guy getting off on the fact that, oh, I don't go to university like these pricks. I get my knowledge from real books. Like that's just the entire book.
Wow.
It's like Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
Like
I love
pigs.
Good Will Hunting.
Oh my god.
I just like the jokes about you, even though I've never seen
Yeah,
it.
I like the
Which
memes
like
about it.
brings me to another unpopular opinion or hot take, because I don't know if it's unpopular within the room, but I love TikTok.
Oh.
I literally spend so much of my time just on TikTok scroll. Like, I don't make them.
Yeah.
But I do sometimes when I'm intoxicated, but it's just like not like of me dancing. It's like of my friends doing dumb
delete
things.
those.
Yeah, but we delete those. But no, I think TikTok is such an entertaining platform.
Yeah, I think it's neat. I think I didn't like it that much when it first came out.
When it was like Musically or
Yeah,
whatever.
when it was Musically,
yeah,
I was like,
didn't either.
But
Oh, that was the same thing.
Yeah. Yes.
I get so many ads for TikTok. Like every social media is just TikTok ads for
That's
me right
true.
now.
Once I
get a lot of
downloaded it, I stopped
stuff.
getting those ads.
yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't
think,
need another social media thing.
My you know how your phone can tell you like how much time you've spent looking at your screen?
Oh yeah.
Mine has like doubled since I downloaded TikTok. It's so
Oh.
bad because I'll literally just like be laying in bed like, oh, I could sleep right now, but I could just watch TikToks, and then all of a sudden it's 4 a.m. and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh damn, I have to work in the morning.
I feel like there's
Not that that happened last night or anything. but,
the chaotic Vine energy has like absorbed.
oh, I miss Vine so much.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I like
Oh,
made
God.
Vines when like the hype was like at the peak for
Right?
for Vine because like I didn't.
Right,
Yeah.
and some of those vines that like
They still hold up.
yeah, and they are produced really well also.
Yeah.
Like the editing is
Yeah,
phenomenal. Man.
If you were a Vine, which Vine would you be?
I think like the one where she says there's only one race, the human race, and then she goes, what about NASCAR? Like one. I used to really like Christine's I still do. I like whenever it's Christmas, I'll just go like, it's Grimace. Mary Chrysler.
Yes, I do know that one.
I love that one a lot. How about you?
I have two. One of them is the one with the girl gets water poured on her, and she just goes hello. I say that like almost on the daily.
Oh, yeah.
Like I say that all the time. And then my other one would be like the chicken in the red dress, just like in the field.
I say hello most days as well.
Yeah. You're not comments. You're not special. We all say hello. But yeah, but the chicken in the red dress, that Lana Del Rey song where it's like. It's a chicken in a red dress. I just like identify with that chicken a lot. Like, why is it there? Why is it wearing a red dress? Who put it in that red dress?
Mysterious.
I feel that.
So much mystery.
Marcus?
I remember we had this question in one of the meetings. and
Yeah.
I just said the free Shavakadu.
Yeah,
but-
that's a good one.
Going off of Vine, I've been watching David Dobrik so much.
I love David Dobrik, man. I love David
in
Dobrik.
December, I watched like all his old videos.
Yeah,
and then I found his
yeah.
channel. I was like, these are really good, and they're so short.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna watch all of them.
4 minutes and 20 seconds long.
Yeah,
They're perfect.
So it's like 2
Really?
weeks. My
Yeah,
YouTube
every single one.
recommendations was just David Dobrik, and I
Yeah.
click every single one.
yeah, I love
think
David
I seen
Dobrik.
them all, and I was like, that was so good.
I remember one time I tweeted him and I didn't get a response back, and I was like, because I was like in LA,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm here for like X amount of hours, like put me in a video, and obviously didn't happen.
Yeah.
But hey, David, if you're listening, put me in a video. Thanks, give me money.
If you're still listening,
Yeah.
David. I don't think I've actually seen David's videos, but I've seen a lot of like offshoots from his squad. Like I've seen some of Trisha's videos.
Oh, Trisha,
Which
man,
of
that's
course, like Trisha was Trisha before
yeah.
like David Dobrik, but like, sorry, I think anybody was anybody before David Dobrik, but like,
He
Trish before
made
David
all those
Dobrik.
people.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them are famous because of him, though, and they all
that's
know
true,
that. Like they all like
that's
reference
true.
it.
He's been on like all the late night shows.
He was just on.
He's like,
yeah, he was just on. Is Fallon the one that fake laughs all the time?
yeah,
Yes.
I can't stand Fallon anymore.
Yeah, I can't.
yeah,
stand Fallon.
I used to be okay with him, and now it's just like nah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
It's
same with
ridiculous.
Ellen. Sorry, Ellen.
Yeah, Ellen is hard to watch.
If you're
now.
listening,
This is going back, but would you want to be famous enough to go on one of those shows?
I don't know. Like,
Do you think you could
I'd go
handle
on
that?
Stephen Colbert or Conan, but not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other.
yeah.
not
Jimmy Kimmel.
Fallon.
Yeah. I would say no to Fallon.
What about SNL? Would you say yes to SNL?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Oh man, I wanted like I would love to be on SNL.
It's cool.
I'd love to be a writer on SNL.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's fun.
I wanted to be a writer on College Humor, but then they went under. R.I.P. to College
Oh yeah,
Humor.
that was
true.
bad news.
I know, it
I used
sucked.
to watch a lot of those when I was a kid.
I still did.
Yeah.
Like, so I
R.I.P.
wanted to work for them, but that's not gonna happen anymore.
Oh.
Hot take though, because people dropped off from College Humor like at a certain point.
Yeah.
Jake and
Kind of
Amir.
like BuzzFeed.
Jake and Amir, I still love.
Didn't
I
they
still,
like branch off and
yeah,
just
they
do
have
it
like
on
their
their
own
own?
like podcast company now.
Oh.
Yeah, so good for them.
Um,
Have us on there, Jake and Amir.
I think I did like what a lot of people did. I used to watch BuzzFeed just for like
Oh, I hate the Try Guys. Hot
No,
take.
I'm thinking about what their group Ladylike. I used to watch it just for Ladylike.
yeah.
And then when I realized that I only really cared about Sophia, and
and then she branched off.
And then she
yeah.
branched off, so I only started watching her instead. I did like the premise of Ladylike anyway. I thought it was really cute. But I just have not watched a video from them since she left.
I just
It's
like
not like I dislike the cast.
so much of me dislikes the Try Guys. So like I do not like the Try Guys at all. Like last semester when the Peak put out. Last semester when the Peak put out like a review for the Try Guys book, I remember just like so like editing that and being like
Just passing out.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I just feel like they should put the word hard in the middle of their title, the Try Hard Guys, because they try way too hard.
Damn.
Oh, stop. Thank you. Thank you so much, our live studio audience.
What's true, right? Because they're in their mid-30s.
Wow, they really
keeps
found that
going.
funny. Wow.
Thanks. Sorry, try guys. if you're listening.
Hey, calm down.
It's fine.
All right, they stopped. Continue.
They're in their mid-30s. I do watch them, but it's like I have that realization when I watch them, like they're in their mid-30s. TM. They're adults. What are you doing on this platform?
TM? What?
Sorry. I
You just trademarked they're in their mid-30s?
Yeah, I just
Are we not?
trademarked
Are people not allowed to say that?
I guess not.
Okay.
I think it's just like I just say that a lot
That
more.
can be the podcast
You
name.
know, when you're
TM.
when you're
They're in their mid-30s, TM.
they're the only ones allowed to be in their mid-30s. Sorry. guys.
You skip from 29 to 40
Yeah, you just
from this point forward.
Yeah, you just get to the big 40 real quick. There's no growth allowed in this period. I think I say like trademark at the end of my sentences a lot more than I used to. I don't know where it came from. I'm pretty sure it started off ironically,
Just
but
gotta
now
cover
it's
your
in my
bases.
vocabulary.
Yeah, you're just really trying to make sure no one comes for anything that's your brand. You're like, no.
This is just something
All your
I
articles
say.
just end with TM.
Oh my god, I can do that.
That's like Kylie Jenner recently trademarked Rise and Shine.
That's so
That's like
funny.
Messed up.
I
Yeah.
don't follow the Kardashians.
Hot take. I actually really like them now. I think they're so
Yeah?
much more entertaining now than they were like when their main focus was just their TV show. They like sucked then, but now that they have like their own brands and businesses, I think they're so much more entertaining.
I mean, I admire them like as entrepreneurs. I think it's cool what they do. But like, I don't know. It was never on my what do you call it? I just never watched an episode, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. As I'm older, it's just more like I guess I just don't really care. Like with Kim's shapewear, I'm like, all right,
Just
it's
made a
more
sound.
beige stuff. I think it's kind of neat in concept. I think it's really cool that she's doing like criminal justice stuff also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Did
kind of
I?
neat. But yeah, they're not on my radar, I guess. You know, like everyone else is on my radar though.
Unpopular opinion. I actually really like reality TV.
Yeah.
I just think it's entertaining. Like
It
I
is.
just like I know it's scripted, but just like fights are so funny.
Isn't
Like
it
I
so
love.
funny to
You know,
watch?
it's a great TV show, Bad Girls Club.
Never
What's
heard of it.
It's just a show where they get a bunch of girls with like they have problems like controlling their emotions and stuff, and they put them in a house. And the basis of the show is to not get into fights, and if you do, you get kicked out of the house. And it's like
Oh.
so entertaining because like they just like try to like provoke each other. Like a common theme throughout the seasons is like throwing mattresses in pools and like belongings, and it's like so entertaining. I don't highly recommend watching it. I just recommend watching fight compilations for that show.
Oh, compilations are so
I saw this one girl fight 2 girls at the same time and she won.
Dang.
It was wild.
She knows what she's doing.
Much like we did last time I was on here, parting piece of advice.
Oh, I thought you said partying piece of advice, and I was like, when is the last time I partied?
I mean, the theme of this advice could be partying.
Let's see. Drink water. Hydrate yourself.
Nice.
Go to sleep early. Please.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just keep listening. If you're still listening, just keep listening.
Partying piece of advice. Establish house rules for beer pong at the start of the night so you don't get into arguments midway through the night when you're more intoxicated.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. You should establish all house rules for drinking games at the start of the night. Because if not, people get really pissy. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That
Beer
makes
pong
sense.
especially, but also like flip cup too. Yeah. Cover your bases. Also, just as someone who hosts things a lot, put your things in the recycling properly.
Just clean.
You know, be a good guest.
It's true.
Yeah. All right.
Partying advice, don't go. That's my advice.
Of course you would say that.
I'm on that boat too. I'm like, I get exhausted really easily.
Like, you can go. We're just
Yeah.
gonna chill.
If you go, drink water.
If you don't go,
we're
don't
gonna
go.
stay home
If
and
you
stay
don't go,
hydrated.
don't drink water.
If you don't go,
No hydration
also stay
allowed.
hydrated. Partying, that's our advice. Stay hydrated, everyone.
Yep.
Especially you, Josh Hutchinson. I know you're listening.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.